This is my print and paint of a primitive hut. I believe it's called the Goblin Hut on Thingiverse, but I'm going to use it as a baby hut for the game Stone Age. A great little board game, by the way. The hut is pretty good. It's got a good weight to it. It printed really well. Easy, no supports. I did use a raft just in case because it's got lots of walls on there, and I wanted to make sure it didn't tip over when it started to print that roof. But no supports needed for the roof, which was kind of surprising because it's got a pretty good overhang, so well designed. Like I said, got some good weight to it. It's pretty hefty. I only did a 10% infill, but it feels like a nice solid piece. And the print took about 3.5 hours at 0.20 resolution. Had a 10% infill. I scaled it down to about 65% so it fit on the board game. That came out to about 35 millimeters Z height. And like I said, no supports, but I did use a pretty good size raft around it just to make sure that it didn't move during the print. And for paint, I just used a standard acrylic paint. I painted the logs brown, and I painted the roof a mix of brown and green. And then I did some white, like antique white highlights on the roof just to kind of give it some depth. But looking at it on some of these close-ups for this video, I'm going to need to add another coat of paint because apparently I missed a lot of little blue spots. So I'll have to go fix those. Painting went pretty well. There's good segmentation between the parts, so it's easy to paint. Lots of dimension to it, so it didn't really have to do like a dark wash or anything to bring out the highlights in the detail. Although I might go back, since I'm going to have to do some extra painting anyway, I'll probably go back and put a wash on it just to see if that emphasizes some of the texture on the logs, because it looks like he put some pretty cool textures on the log design. And that's it. Thanks. If you enjoyed the video, hit like.